Alright, Schlockmeister fans, another re-review from my previous channel. Turk 182, Zimmerman Flew, and Tyler Newton. Let's check it out. This is Terry Lynch. They call him Turk, played by Robert Urich. That's his little brother, James Lynch, played by Timothy Hutton. Now their fun at a bar is interrupted by a fire next door. It's a good thing Terry is a firefighter, although he is off duty at this moment. Terry goes in and rescues a little girl.
Okay, we're gonna find them out.
But then this happens. Oops. Terry survives, but he's in a coma for 6 months.
And then he falls back asleep and it starts all over again, you know? Takes time to recover. What do you mean recover? I mean, it's been 6 months that's in and out of hospitals. Firefighters on or off duty.
Eventually he comes to, but the city denies his claim because they thought he was drunk at the time.
Your injuries and the possible injuries to the little Ortega girl brought about by your recklessness while under the influence.
Takes place in New York City, and this is Robert Culp, the mayor.
Then you did not. Then you did not.
Mayor Tyler. He's involved in a scandal.
Sydney, will you give me a break? All right, son.
Jimmy tries to get a hold of the mayor himself.
My brother, he's a fireman, and he got hurt in the fire. And he can't work anymore. The city won't help him out. Nobody will listen.
Filled with people in trouble.
He gets nowhere with the mayor.
People who have earned what they're asking for, and it's all we can manage to get the help to them that they need.
That's exactly what Terry
did.
Peter Boyle is one of the mayor's right-hand men.
Where is he? I don't know where he is. Fool, the musical fruit. The more you eat, the more you shoot. Come on, Terry.
And he gets into a scuffle with Terry.
Jesus Christ, leave the guy alone. He just got out of the hospital. Yeah, going back to the hospital.
Jimmy's looking through some of his brother's stuff, and we see that Terry's nickname is Turk. So Terry's in jail now. So this is Danny, Kim Cottrell.
I'm Danny Boudreau from Social Services.
Danny, it's a boy's name.
Yeah, well, I'm in drag today.
Your brother's in the hospital. Where? Lake Memorial. Guy tried to kill himself.
And somebody graffitied Zimmerman Flew and Tyler New. The scandal that he's involved in, and gives Jimmy an idea.
The assault of the officer and resisting arrest, they'd have to drop those charges too.
You're pretty smart.
Thanks.
The mayor's about to unveil this graffiti-proof subway train, and Jimmy's there ahead of time, graffitiing it, which ends up being a huge embarrassment for the mayor. So Jimmy starts arranging messages to the mayor all over town, anonymously, as Turk.
Mayor Tyler is gritting his teeth again as Turk 182 manages to strike close to home.
By day or by night. Turk 182. The matter. The Rolls Royce of graffiti.
Jimmy tries to romance her.
Yeah, see, I read in this book once that some people are in their prime and some people are out of their prime. I'm 20 now. I'm right in my prime. It's true.
He reveals himself to this computer hacking buddy of his.
Can this be done?
And at the Giants game, in Meadowlands, I assume, it's Paul Sorvino. Message brought to you by
Messages that is bigger than
Mayor Tyler is mad.
within 2 miles of any of them. You are going to spend the rest of your career, I swear before God, pounding a beat in the South Bronx.
So Danny is hanging out at Jimmy's place, and she finds a little Turk statue. And she starts to put it all together. 182. And that makes her horny for him.
Listen to me. I am serious. Do you know that you own the city? Did you see those people this afternoon?
City Hall.
I'll check on it closer.
A brother whom the security guard in the lobby of City Hall identified as being the man who accosted the mayor.
Darren McGavin.
What is it?
Jimmy and Danny returning home one day and cops.
I got something to do
No,
with
it's
it.
nothing to do with anything. Now, look at the way they're watching the apartment. I gotta go. I gotta figure this out.
They decide to go to the newspapers to tell their story, but there turns out there's dozens of people claiming to be Turk.
I need 2 pieces of ID, your mother's maiden name, a blood sample, a copy of your dental plan.
A big unveiling at the Queensboro Bridge. By this time, they've identified who Turk is. The press knows him, and he's there.
Fire up in the rigging. Should we send someone up there? Wait a minute. Jesus Christ, there's somebody up there. What? Hey!
There's someone up there, up on the sign.
There was one reporter who believed him, and he gave an interview to him.
Well,
What is he doing?
you see my brother. He's a fireman, you know. Yeah, so his name was Turk because
Peter Boyle takes matters into his own hands to shut off the power.
Flatfoot, never heard of auxiliary power, huh?
Just about everybody's on Turk's side for this one. Peter Boyle resorts to trying to shoot him down.
what are you doing?
But even the mayor kind of gets into it. Peter Boyle is subdued, and Turk pulls it off.
As soon as he gets down from there, he's gonna find him and tell him we've been waiting for him the whole time.
All right, let's talk about Turk 182. It's a movie that I taped off of cable. 1986 maybe. I don't know. I was on a laser tape that I had with two other movies on a beta tape. It's a silly little film. It's ridiculous. It's cheesy, but you know what? I kind of enjoy it. I don't know exactly why. It's a story of Jimmy Lynch, played by Timothy Hutton, his brother Robert Urich. He's a firefighter in New York City. He's off duty one night at a bar, kind of drinking with his brother, and there's a fire breaks out next door. So being a fireman, he decides, I'm going to run in there and try to rescue somebody. And he does. He rescues his little girl. But other firefighters show up then, and they blast a hose when they open a door, and they ended up blasting Terry, as he was holding his child, this girl, and they blast him right out the window of like the 3rd story or something like that. And he comes out falling down and crashes on this station wagon down below. Is extremely injured. He's like in a coma for 6 months. The city sends him a letter that basically says we're denying any sort of claim because whether you're on duty or off duty, you can't be intoxicated, which I don't think he was intoxicated, to be honest with you. But nonetheless, they're taking a hard stance, which seems a little ridiculous to me because if you rescued a little girl and fell out of a window doing it, you're probably going to have a lot of praise in the media and such, but whatever, didn't happen. So Jimmy takes it upon himself. He's going to try to reach the mayor of New York, help me. Doesn't get anywhere there. Everywhere he gets shot down. And the mayor's involved in this scandal. Some guy in his staff named Zimmerman left the country or something, went to Brazil and took a lot of money, whatever, embezzled, whatever. So the question is, did Robert Culp, who plays Mayor Tyler, did Tyler know about it? So they keep saying Zimmerman flew and Tyler knew. And somebody vandalizes this thing and embarrasses the mayor with that saying on it. So Jimmy gets his idea. I'm going to start saying the same thing too and put it on everything I can. I'm going to sign it Turk 182, which is his brother's nickname and his brother's badge number. So he puts up, he gets an airplane to take the message up in the air. He puts it on the subway. He spray paints it all over town, and he becomes like a media sensation. He's an anonymous embarrassment to the mayor. He puts it on the mayor's car even. Eventually, there's this big Queensboro bridge is going to open up. The mayor's people eventually find out who he is, but he's away from home, so they don't catch him. He gets up on this bridge, and they're dedicating. It's supposed to say Queensboro 1909 to 1984, whatever, 75-year anniversary thing. He manages to try to rearrange letters to say Turk 182. The mayor's there. Peter Boyle, the mayor's right-hand man, is trying to shoot him down. It's a little ridiculous, but eventually he pulls it off. He gets Turk 182 up there, and that's how our movie ends. There you go. Co-stars Peter Boyle, Darren McGavin's in this movie. You remember him as the father from A Christmas Story, and he was also Kolchak, the Night Stalker. Kim Cattrall, obviously, as Danny, the attorney. But yeah, that's Turk 182. Again, very silly movie, but you know what? I'm entertained by this, and again, I don't know exactly why, because it's so ridiculous and cheesy, but it's an easy watch, put it that way. It's about 96 minutes long, and it's an easy watch, so there you go. Can't go wrong. I probably saw this several times back in the 80s, and it's just one of those compelling movies that you just have it on, and you just watch it because it's there. Boom, there you go. No nudity, probably rated PG-13 actually. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, this movie is put out by Anchor Bay. Now, when I got this disc about 5 years ago, this was a little pricey. I want to say it was in the $40 to $60 range. I think I looked it up recently, and it's actually come down to a relatively normal price. So now's the time to snatch it up. Turk 182. I'll leave a link down below to Amazon if you want to buy it. Buy it. Check it out. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think about Turk 182. Watch it. Bye.